Astrology. This is the astrology of golf champion Tiger Woods. And before I get into the astrology, I'm just going to run over what I'm thinking of covering in this chart. I want to cover the fact that he is one of, if not the greatest golfers of all time. I want to cover the sport of golf and what we find in this chart relating to that. I want to cover his relationships. I don't know that much about his relationships, but I know he had some trouble uh, at some point with relationships. I'm not sure if he's divorced or not. And I also want to look at. Well, let's get into it. Those couple things I definitely want to get into. So he has here Virgo rising, and the ruler of Virgo rising is Mercury. It's in Capricorn at 26 degrees, and that would be the Virgo decan or section here of Capricorn. So we have as the ruler of his chart Mercury. So we'll definitely associate golf as being a very Virgo sport. It's one of my least favorite sports. I never liked it, never had a good experience on a golf course. That could be why. Uh, but it's definitely very Virgo like. And you have to have patience, you have to pay attention to detail. And we see here he has this Virgo rising, and the ruler is Mercury, and it's in the Virgo decan of Capricorn. So right off the bat here, we see very perfect alignments for being a great golfer. We see his sun is in Capricorn, and as I mentioned, that Mercury's in Capricorn. So going along and being the greatest of all time, somebody who strives to be the greatest, wants to be the greatest. And we have the moon here in Sagittarius, and it's in the Leo decan of Sagittarius. And with the moon in Sagittarius, we can see someone who's a learner. You have to be a great learner to excel at a sport like golf and become one of the greatest. We see that he's a gamer. Oftentimes we see planets in Sagittarius. You enjoy playing games. You like having fun. I mean, he's a very serious golfer, but at a young age, you have to enjoy playing games and having fun to get into sports. And it's in that Leo decan, so definitely someone who likes to be seen. He's a performer, likes the attention. Saturn here is in Leo as well, and it's retrograde, really pointing to that Uranus, that it is also squaring. Uranus being the planet that can convey genius and uniqueness. So we can look at that Uranus there. It's in Scorpio, where it's said to be exalted. See if there's any aspects to that Uranus besides Saturn. Well, we could say there's a sextile here. Yep, there's a sextile to the sun. And the sun is making it inconjunct to that Saturn. And there are some interesting inconjuncts here. So we have the sun, Saturn inconjunct. We have the sun Mars, a Neptune Mars opposition, and let's look at the Neptune. He also has this Neptune moon here, the planet of performance as well and creativity. And that's aspecting the Mars. And that Mars, of course, is important here. It's in the MC, on the MC, and it's in Gemini. So more here about this being a great golfer. He's obviously made a lot of money. We see in Venus is there in the north with the north node. So this, and it's in Scorpio. So this can be somebody who's successful and is definitely going to come into money. He's going to be around beautiful women. I'm sure of that. And I'm sure he has been around beautiful women. Let's see his Mars. And his Mars is making an inconjunct to that Venus, and that's really what I wanted to point out. It's also making an inconjunct to that North Node and in Scorpio. So when we can see here, when it comes to relationships, we can see that inconjunct with Mars and the Venus. Obviously, Venus being in Scorpio in its fall. This man has had some issues with relationships, I believe, cheating, etc., and that can be associated with that Mars inconjunct Venus. Some adjustments to be made with his relationships, some adjustments to be made with his with the sport. I think he's had some big changes. And if anyone wants to make some comments about what I'm saying, I know I'm kind of jumping around. Like I said, golf isn't my big. I'm not a huge Tiger Woods fan, and I'm not looking at any of the information to do this reading. With the South Node being in the South Node and the North Node being in Taurus Scorpio could be considered the second and eighth house. Definitely could have some issues there with cheating and jealousy, possession, abandonment, and with the ruler of the South Node in the eighth being with that Venus here in the North Node with the North Node. So definitely would like to hear from you guys when it comes to that in the comments. He's got Jupiter in conjunct that North Node. And I keep mentioning this in conjunct. It's a Virgo. These are Virgo and Scorpio issues. And of course, the Virgo can be the application to golf. Again, coming back to that, being someone who's very can perform in routine like situations, being someone who pays attention to detail. The Scorpio can be the somebody who has these sexual confrontations. Can be someone who has had issues or just, I want to use the word issues, but complications or struggles when it comes to other people's money. So it could be advertisements. You see the deal. I think the Nike deal that he's had for forever. I think Nike just took that back and is no longer represented by Tiger Woods. That could be something that is explained through those aspects. And I'm not going to get into the transits, but we could definitely look at the transits for this and see exactly how that correlates and when those things occurred. And I can do the same thing for your chart as well. We can see exactly when things are going to occur. Maybe look into why they occurred, etc. He's got Pluto in the first, the house of Aries. So Mars, from a deep level, he's a competitor. At a soul level, he's got Jupiter in Aries, and the people that I've known that I played tennis with that have Jupiter in Aries, very fierce competitors, very tough to play against, no matter what their level is. See if there's anything else here. Oh, he has this Mars-Pluto trine. I have this. It's very good for ambition, sports, climbing the ladder. A very mental guy here. We see with this Mars in Gemini, the MC in Gemini, and all the Virgo I talked about. He's got the moon in the third. It's like another one that more mercurial type aspects that we're seeing here in the chart. It's got Mercury in the fourth, Sun in the fourth. We could say that, these planets here in the first and the fourth are significant being in angular houses. You could say with the sun in the fourth, his emotional life, and this is something you guys could speak on as well, because I don't know much about it, but there's, I just remember hearing a lot about the father and issues with the father, and obviously I think his father started him off in golf, and we can see there's something going on here in his emotional life that has to do with the father, with the sun in Capricorn in the fourth. So I'm going to leave it there for now. If you enjoy astrology, please subscribe to the channel for more chart readings. And I think Tiger's playing in the Masters this week. So if you're a golf fan, I hope you enjoy that. And have a great day.